Does music make a difference? It does. And I'll tell you a story that happened about 6 years ago, and it was very touching then, and anyone I tell it to, it's very touching now. And it's about my mother after she had a stroke. She was in a hospital in Brooklyn, and they had a lot of services for her. They had physical therapy, occupational therapy, and they decided to do speech therapy also because they wanted her to speak clearer and to at least be able to speak that people could understand her. So they sent in a young speech therapist. Her name was Amber. Beautiful young woman. She probably was about mid-20s, and you could just tell this was the beginning of her career. So she came in all happy and all lively and sat down with my mother and started to get acquainted with her and said, would you like to sing? Because we're going to do some song therapy, music therapy. And my mother shook her head and said, okay. So Amber said, well, we're going to do a song that everybody knows and you can sing along with me. So my mother again shook her head. She said, let's sing Happy Birthday. So on the count of three, Amber started to sing Happy Birthday, and my mother sang along really unenthusiastically, like, Happy Birthday to how best she can get the words out. And Amber said, oh, that's very good, but now I know the difference. I know my mother's enthusiasm level or her just let's get this over kind of level. So I looked at Amber and I said, did you ever think to ask what a patient's favorite song is? And she said, no, we just sing the ones that everybody knows. I said, the ones that everybody knows, they don't have any memories, any feelings, any emotion behind them. But a song that somebody sings all the time in their life, that does. Then you'll see a difference in how they're singing it and the enthusiasm that comes along with it. So she said to me, well, what's your mother's favorite song? And I said, Only You by the Platters. That's a song from, I think, the early 1950s. Well, she had never heard of it, and I wouldn't expect her to. She was a really young girl. She looked it up on YouTube, and she listened to it, and she goes, oh, okay, that's a really nice song. I turned to my mother, and I said, you and Amber are going to sing Only You together. And my mother's eyes lit up. She loved singing that song. So Amber put on YouTube, starts the song, and my mother sings in a loud voice, only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness light. She sang better than me. And she's singing on, and then there's a part of the song where it goes, ooh, ooh, only you. And my mother, she didn't skip a beat. She went, ooh, ooh, only you. Well, I look at Amber and she's crying. And I said, why are you crying? She said, because I didn't think she was capable of singing that loud and that strong and that clear. And I said, well, when you touch somebody's heart, you touch other parts of them. In this case, it was her voice. You gave her her voice of a memory of something that made her happy. That's the difference. Happy Birthday. It was a song that she knew, but it didn't have any meaning to her. Well, that day Amber said she learned a very important thing. Ask the patient what they want to sing. If the patient is not capable of saying what they want, ask the family, what is their favorite song? Stimulate a part of the brain besides stimulating the vocal cords. Put a memory, put a thought, put their life back into what they're doing, and you will see a difference. And sometimes that's the difference of any kind of medical care. I guess it's in a way like bedside manner. When you have your feelings and you have your kindness and your compassion, you will help the patient heal quicker. That's story of the day. Another day, another story. Please like, please follow, and I'll be back tomorrow with more memories.